Happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, Wednesday, Power Hour, and today we're going to talk about leading with love. I just felt like it was on point, okay? Because leading with love is a part of follow-up. I'm going to explain how it all ties into follow-up because it absolutely does. Before I jump into what I have on my paper, because I do have notes today, the leading with love starts with leading yourself. Absolutely starts with leading yourself. And um, where do I want to go with this? Wait, I need a moment. I need a moment. It's literally coming from my heart. Like I have 5 points on my page. I'll tell you what the 5 points are for the replay viewers. Hi, replay people. Okay, for the replay people, I'll tell you what the 5 points are, and then I'll go into what I'm talking about. Okay. So leading with love starts with leading yourself first. And I have 5 key points here to focus on when you're thinking about leadership. Why am I saying leadership? Maybe that's not the right word. Maybe it's entrepreneurship and being your own boss and how we choose to represent ourselves, how we interact with other people, and the impression that we leave on people matters in how we build our business. So I'm going to go over the five points that I have on my paper, and then I'm going to explain them. Number one is loving people where they are. Number two is to be of service to people in your industry. Number three, leave people better than when you met them. Number four, hold space for empathy and understanding. And number five, fully respect people's decisions to choose what is best for them. These are the 5 key elements in leading with love and building a business based on connection and building relationships. Why is this important? Because this is how our follow-up, the center of our follow-up is based in understanding people, communicating with people, and connecting with people. How do we connect with people? We connect through understanding, through compassion, through empathy. Having things in common with people is what creates that understanding. But you don't really know if you really connect with somebody until you find out that you have something in common with them. And then sometimes, as you're connecting with people on the internet for your business, you're connecting with people, people are commenting on your posts, you're going to their pages, you're learning about them. Maybe you're talking to people in stories, you're having chit chat or whatever in stories. And there may come a point when you realize, I don't think I really want to work with this person. Like they might share something that's a little bit like, I don't know if you're my cup of tea. And I'm gonna help you guys with that part. Because sometimes, how about anybody here when you're doing follow-up, does anyone have a fear of talking to the wrong person? Like this or apprehension around talking to or apprehension around talking to people because you have a fear that they won't like you. Like there's a fear that they don't like you, they won't connect with you, they won't want to buy from you, and or a fear that you don't really want to talk to them, right? Loving people where they are is not is a great boundary to set. How do I say this? How do I say this? I'm going to tell you a story. That always works best for me. I came to peace with the fact that hold on. I came to peace with the fact that I am not a lot of people's cup of tea. Yeah, right. There is absolutely some peace of mind in that. There's huge peace of mind in that. There's freedom in that. But I'm going to tell you a story. I was listening to Minister Amber this morning, like I do every single day, and she was telling a story about how she's outgrowing her circle. She's outgrowing the people that she is doing business with and she's networking with, and it hurts her heart because she cares about these people and she wants the people she's surrounded with to rise up with her as she grows her business and her ministry. And she had a aha moment, a mega moment yesterday where she realized that it was time for her to create a new circle, a new network. And that's what really sparked this conversation that I'm having with you guys today, is because when you're in business, the people that you start with are not the people that you will rise up with. And you may have heard this before. Jessie Lee used to say this all the time. She used to say this in network marketing. She used to say the people that get you to rank 2 are not the people that get you to rank 3. And then it doesn't really make sense. Like logically, it makes sense, right? But let's break that down a little bit. The people that get you to rank 2 are not the people that get you to rank 3, because it takes more people to get to rank 3 than just maintaining rank 2. It takes new people added to your group in order to achieve the next level in your business, right? So if you're rank 2, it takes a different group of people to get you to rank 6. It's all new people. Now, here's where I'm going with this. This woman, my friend Jen, she used to tell me this all the time. She said, Megan, the people that start with you are not the people that will finish with you. And my heart was like, well, no, I want you all to come with me. I want you to come with me. I want you to come with me. And when Minister Amber said that she's realizing that the circle, her network in her ministry that she has may not be the people that are necessarily going to be a part of her next story, her next level up. It's a heartbreaking moment for her because she wants all the people that she loves and cares about right now to come with her. And I'm going to tell you, as I was listening to her, I was thinking to myself, love people where they are. Just because, just because you may get to a point where you outgrow the people you're currently with. Like, I'll use it an example for health coaching. A year ago, I had a group of people that I was health coaching. It was pretty much the same group of people. Like I wasn't really growing. It was the same group of people. And I was working with the same group of people for a long time. And we all, me included, got comfortable in what we were doing. And we kind of stopped doing all the things. Like we stopped meal prepping and we stopped going for a walk. And we would do things here and there, but we weren't excited to go for a walk and meal prep and eating healthy. We just lost the fire around it. And I was surrounded by people who didn't have the fire, and it affected my fire and my passion for what I was doing, to the point that by the fall, I put mega health coaching to the side completely. But I held on for a really long time because I didn't want to leave behind the people that had been with me. However, they were complacent where they were. Whereas inside of me, I had a desire to do more and to keep going forward. But until I broke free and put it aside, I was not able to relight that fire in me. It was with a whole new group of people that helped me ignite my fire and my passion for health and wellness. And most of you know it because you're part of Mega Health now, and you see how excited I am. You see how passionate I am. You see how I didn't have that a year ago, even though the people that were with me at that time, I love them. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. When you are an entrepreneur, there will come a point where the people that got you to where you are, you may have to make a decision to leave some people behind in order to welcome in your next level of success. But that does not mean that you stop loving people. You love people where they are so that you can be free to move forward. That's what I'm trying to say. Love people where they are. When you are following up with people, there will be people who will not be ready. It's okay. Love them where they are. When you are reaching out to people and you're building connections, there will be some people who you just don't jive with. That's okay. Love them where they are. There are going to be people that you are maybe business partners with who don't have the same values as you, and you have a vision for where you want to take your business, and they don't have the vision. That's okay. Leave them there and love them right there so that you can be free to move forward with your vision. Because what happens in entrepreneurship is that we become complacent with the people that we have with us and around us. And whether it's a business partner, whether it is a distributor, whether it is a client, and we feel an obligation to these people because we care about these people, and we see more for people sometimes. But if you can learn how to love people where they are, then it's the freedom of not having an expectation for people to have the same values as you so that you can be free to go and do whatever it is you need to do. So in your follow up, love people where they are. If they say, "Oh, I don't really want to follow a meal plan," that's cool because you know what it felt like before when you didn't want to follow a meal plan, right? Amelia still knows what it feels like to not want to follow a meal plan. Okay. So she can love people. Okay. You don't want to walk outside every day. Okay. Love people where they are. I was in a company before where we were taught that if people say no or they're not interested, to block them. Don't talk to them anymore. That's really bad business advice. Okay. So number one is when you're leading with love and you're building a business and you're having empathy and compassion, understanding for people, love people where they are, let them be where they are, and don't let where other people are affect where you're going, where you're going. And that is a great boundary to set. I'm going to love you where you are, but I'm going here. Okay. Doesn't mean cut people off, is what is the point. You don't have to cut people off to keep growing in your business. You can just love people where they are and keep moving forward. Number two, be of service in your industry. If somebody you connect with someone that you're following up with and they want to lose weight, but maybe they don't want to eat clean. Okay. How can you be of service to that person, even if it has nothing to do with your product or your business? They don't want to eat clean. Okay. Can you send them a YouTube video to help them with some exercise tips? How can you be of service? Okay, you're following up with somebody and they say, "I want to lose weight, but I don't like to exercise." Maybe you can send them a video on how to lower their stress and their cortisol so that they sleep better. How can you be of service? Okay, maybe you have a business partner, or maybe it's not a business partner, maybe it's just a colleague in the same industry and they're having a problem with their personal development. How can you be of service? Maybe you send them a podcast to help lift them up that day. Be of service in your industry so that when people think of you, they think, "Oh, you know what? She really understands people. She really cares about people. She goes above and beyond to be of service." Because sometimes in entrepreneurship, we get really caught up in what we can get from people, and we sometimes forget to that part of our reputation as an entrepreneur is how well people value their interaction with us based on what we can offer, and not offer as in pitching our business or a product, but what we can offer to help the person we're talking to. Okay. Number three, leave people better than when you met them. In your follow up, when you have an interaction with somebody, whether it's a story, a reel, you're commenting on someone's post, you're commenting on someone's story, you're commenting on someone's live, you're out there, you're in the interwebs, you're connecting with people, you're following up with people, you're doing all these things. How do people feel when they read your comment on their post? It's the impression that people have when, after speaking to you or interacting with you, a feeling of joy. a feeling of lightheartedness, a feeling of understanding or connection? Or do people interact with you on social media and think to themselves, she's weird? That's funny. I'm not saying y'all are weird. I'm weird. I'm not saying I didn't mean that. That wasn't a good example. That wasn't a good example because I think we're all a little weird here, but I think that's an asset. I don't think that's like a when I said weird, I meant like a creepo. Wait, I'll give you a perfect example. Who has those weirdo men like from the Middle East who comment on your post? They're like, "Hey, I found your profile and you look so amazing, like a perfect person I want to be friends with. Would you mind if I sent you a friend request and we connect a little bit further?" And you're like, "Weirdo." Red flag, red flag, red. Like you feel icky, like, "Ew, how'd you find me? Why are you commenting on my stuff?" Okay, don't be that person, right? So don't be the person that you're commenting like weird stuff on people's stuff and they're like, Megan's a little, I don't know about her, right? How are you making people feel after they interact with you? Like, for example, let's say somebody commented on one of your videos and you follow up and you send them the script. You're like, oh, you know, are you, do you want information on my thing? Like, do you want information on my product, my service, my boot camp, my whatever? And they're like, "Oh, are you trying to tell me I'm big and I need to lose weight?" Like you be mindful. You have to be careful with health and wellness because some people are just cheering you on, and then you're in an inbox talking about, "Are you on a weight loss journey too? Like, are you trying to tell me I'm big and I need to lose weight?" Because some people are happy with their size, right? Okay, so like we can unintentionally make people feel bad, and then they're like, "That Megan, she called me fat." Even though that's not what I said, right? But like that is how we how so are the way that we are interacting leaving people when they walk away from the conversation feeling good or bad? Here's another example in network marketing. This is big. Network marketers are the worst, okay? Like the worst. They will inbox you and say, "Hey, I'm five sales away from my goal for this month. Would you be one of my five people in order for me?" I'm like, this girl sent me that message, right? And like, no offense, but I'm going to talk about race for a second, okay? So this girl, and Miss Peggy, this will make sense to you because my hair texture is different, right? She was in Monet and she sells hair care products, and she's like, "Hey, I need five more people. Would you be willing to buy some shampoo?" And I was like, "Your product is not for me. Like, your product literally is not for my hair type." And she was like, Um, well, I'll help you pick something. I said, "Do you even know me? Did you even look at my profile picture? Like, I'm a Black woman. Your product's not for me. Like, I use different products for my hair because it's a different texture. Like, were you even think she would have been better off reaching out to me and said, 'Hey, Meg, do you know anybody who would be interested? I have five people because I have a network.'" But that's not what she did. Instead, when I said to her, "I don't think your product is really right for me and my hair type," she was like, "Oh no, I'll help you pick something. You can pick anything. You don't even have to use it." I'm like, "Girl, do you even know me at all? Like, did you even look?" And she's like, "Well, I just need five people." Now listen, when I walked away from that conversation, can you imagine how I felt? I was like ready to throw punch her. Like, this is awful, awful business practice. This is awful customer service. This is like awful sales. She didn't know me at all. She had no interest in what I wanted. She didn't even listen to me when I was talking back to her. She left a really bad taste in my mouth. How are people thinking about you after you interact with them? Because if she had said instead, "Hey, Meg, listen, this might not be for you, but do you know anybody? I'm five sales away and I sell Monet and we have this and we have this and we have this. Do you know anybody that you can refer to me?" I would have had a spirit of a helpful heart. You know what I mean? Like, "Oh, let me see." But instead, she tried to force her thing on me after I told her it was not for me. So now I'm looking at you real weird. Okay? Like real weird. But How are we interacting with our leads in our follow-up? Are they leaving the conversation feeling weird, or are they feeling leaving the conversation with a helpful spirit of like, Megan was very thoughtful. Miss Peggy was really thinking about me. Like when someone tells you no, you say, that's no problem. How can I help you? Do you need a recipe? Do you need a workout plan? Do you need a doctor? Oh, I just watched this doc. How can you leave someone better than before you met them, so that when they walk away from an interaction with you in a follow-up conversation, they feel good about the fact they talked to you today. Okay? That's number 3. Leave people better than when you met them. Number 4, hold space for empathy and understanding. You guys don't know what people are going through when you're following up with people. You have no idea. You could be just doing your regular follow up and interacting and chit chat and sending messages, and their dog could have just died that morning, like for real. They could have just gotten a diagnosis that you don't know anything about. You don't know where people are. Somebody could have just lost their job, and you're in the inbox trying to sell them, $100 something or other that has now triggered them to like, oh my God, my finances, I can't even afford. And like, you don't know what people are going through when you're doing your follow up. So when you start your follow up, having coming from a space of empathy and understanding when you approach a conversation will take you very far in business, very far in business. And it's a practice. Holding space of empathy and understanding for people, it's a practice because people get on your nerves. People are crazy and wild. They say all kinds of random stuff. When someone is nasty to you on the internet, having empathy for them is a skill. And it's a little illogical, but I'm just going to tell you, okay? So if somebody's nasty to me on the internet, I think to myself, "Ooh, something horrible must have just happened to them, and they're just taking it out on me." Or if someone is like snippy or smart mouth or like real funny with me on the internet, I think to myself, I immediately go into empathy. You know what? Their grandmom could be sick and in the hospital. I don't know. Like they're probably having a really bad day or going through something really difficult. And so by doing that, holding that space of empathy for people, holding a space of understanding because you don't know, is how you protect yourself from internalizing people's reaction to you. Because if someone's nasty to you on the internet, you say, hey, listen, I have this thing, someone comments on your stuff and you take maybe a week to follow up, which is fine. And you finally follow up and you reach out to them and say, hey, I saw your comment on my post. I wasn't sure if you were interested in me sending you some information. And they're like, why do you think that I would? Having a space of empathy and understanding protects you. Why? Because how many of you have gotten a nasty message like that before and you internalize it as there's something wrong with you and then you stop following up with people completely because you had a fear now that people were going to be nasty to you and you think it's because of your product, you think it's because of your service, you think it's because of your business, you think it's because of you, because entrepreneurs sometimes can get caught in selfishness and ego and we think everything's about us and it's not. So when we approach our follow-up conversations, holding space for empathy and understanding protects you from internalizing people's reaction. If somebody freaks out and is nasty to me, you better believe my first instinct is to cuss somebody out. It absolutely is. I'm human. Like, oh, wait a minute. Who do you think you're talking to that way? I have that. But then I can go into, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There must be something really going on with this person. And it's none of my business. It's none of my business to ask, are you okay? I've done that before though. People act crazy on the internet. I'm like, are you okay? Do you need to talk to somebody? Like, you need a friend? It's a little passive aggressive, but it's kind of true at the same time, you know. But anyway, holding space for empathy and understanding is how you lead with love. And I'm going to interject here with this. The conversation stays follow up and leading with love and service and empathy, compassion, and understanding so that you can have deeper connections with the people that you're talking to and building relationships on the internet. But I'm going to flip it because I started this whole call with before you can lead other people, you must lead yourself. So how well are you holding empathy for yourself? How well are you having compassion for yourself? How often are you giving yourself grace as an entrepreneur to make mistakes and move through them? How often are you having understanding that you're going through a process of learning and learning how to enjoy the process without judging yourself based on the immediate results? Right? Because when you're in a position of authority, meaning that you own a business and you're creating content and you're attracting leads to you and you're attracting the audience to you and you're out there making connections, you're following up, you're mingling with people on the internet, you're talking to people before you can offer service, empathy to other people, it must be something you have within yourself. So your cup needs to be full, I guess is what I'm really trying to say. Your cup needs to be full. Okay, number 5. This one's a big one, especially in network marketing. And that's not a jab on network marketing. I actually really like network marketing. It's just people do weird stuff in network marketing. It like burns me up. Okay. But anyhow, listen, this is number 5 is this: fully respect people's decision to choose what is best for them. Like fully respect it. I see this in network marketing all the time. It's so strange to me. People try to convince people. No, 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 no. Like people see, this is just, let me just say this. It's in sales in general, right? Uh, uh, there's a difference between a good salesperson. I don't know if that's the language I'm going to say it. There's a difference between a good salesperson and a bad salesperson. A good salesperson listens to what the person needs and offers a solution to their problem. That's a good salesperson. A bad salesperson is listening for the objections to convince you otherwise, which is why some people, when they're sold to, they feel tricked. They feel like, did I told him no? How did I end up buying 2 of them? Like, how did I end up here? Right? The like sleazy salesperson, car salesman thing, right? Right. Um, I don't really think it's good or bad sales. It's just two different tactics of closing the sale. However, we're talking about leading with love, and how do you make people feel after they interact with you? Do you want to have a sales conversation where someone feels like you offered a solution to their problem, like, oh, Megan's really going to help me? Or do you want to be the person who looks for objections so that you can manipulate and convince people to do what you want them to do, so that people feel like, I feel like Megan just tricked me. I don't know how I ended up just doing that, right? Fully respect people's decision to choose what is best for them. So, what does that mean? That means when you, as an entrepreneur, are following up with people and you're making an offer and you're talking to them about what it is you do and how you can help them, it's okay for people to tell you no. It's okay for people to tell you no. Everybody's not on a weight loss journey, okay? Everybody doesn't care if their soaps are non-toxic. Don't care, right? Some people could give 2 hoots about a green drink that's organic and tastes like grass. Like some people just don't, they're not going to, they just don't want that. It's not for them. Just understand that when someone makes a decision, you make them an offer, you offer a solution to their problem. It's okay for people to say, no, thank you. I don't think that is right for me, and respect what they tell you. Because when you respect how people's decisions, it leaves them with an impression of Megan was here to help me, not sell to me. There's that. But on the flip side of it, understanding where people are coming from, people need time to make a decision. How often do you just on the spot buy whatever it is? Sometimes you got to think about it for a little bit. Sometimes you need time to like really toss it around in your brain like, well, maybe I do want that, or maybe I don't. Well, okay, well, Megan, can I do it this way? Sure, you can do it that way. But here's the thing, this is what I was taught before. I was taught in sales to have scripts ready for every objection. That's what I was taught. Anybody else? Danielle shaking her head. Anybody else? Have a script. If they talk to you about money, right? If they say, oh, I don't have the money, here's a script you send them to overcome the objection. Like you're literally not even listening to what the person says. You're just like, I don't have any money. Okay. Well, if they don't have any money, that means they don't see the value in what it is that they're buying. So here's the script that you set. If they say they don't have time, right? If the objection is I don't have, because there's only a handful of objections, right? I don't have time, I don't have money, I need to talk to my spouse, I need to think about it. Like there's only a handful of objections that people give in any sales conversation, and so salespeople are taught to have a script to overcome the objection. And I'm not saying to not have a conversation where you talk through the objections to understand and maybe offer a solution if you can. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying is respect people's decision to tell you no. I tell people no all the time. All the time. Does that mean that I don't like the person anymore? No, it just means I don't want to buy your t-shirt. Like I'm good. I don't want to buy that t-shirt. I have a girlfriend right now who just launched a business. And it makes me so sad. She just launched a t-shirt business. And she made these really cute like Valentine's Day heart t-shirts. That was her first merch for her brand. Now, these t-shirts had like cartoon characters on there and Mickey Mouse and Mickey and Minnie Mouse, all this stuff. And I don't want that shirt. I would have preferred a shirt that just had a heart on it that said love yourself or something like that. I don't want that t-shirt. Like it's not cute. Okay. And I'm like, hey, how can I help you? How can I help you with your business? She's like, oh, when I launch my product, will you share on your page? I was like, yeah, okay. And then I saw the product and I was like, that is not cute. It's cute for little kids. I don't have little kids. Like it's cute for little kids. Like I probably should have still, whatever. That's not the point. My point is that when someone tells you no, it's okay. And that does not mean that there's something wrong with you because that's what we do. People tell us no, and then we internalize it. So, leading with love is respecting people's decision on what they want to do and what's best for them. If you're in network marketing and you're building a team, it's really important to learn how to respect your downline's decision to build their business how they see fit, which could be really hard because as an upline, you may have insight to things that they don't have yet, but sometimes respecting people's decision is letting people make their own mistakes and learn in their own way. That's true for like for me for health and wellness. I have people come to me outright who like Megan, I'm tired of looking like this. I'm tired of feeling like this. I think I'm ready. And I'm like, okay, well, this is how much it is to get started. Back in the day, like a year ago, like a year ago. I'm going off track, but can I just share this with you guys? Like, because we are friends, but I think there's a lesson here. There's a lesson here about sales. We're not really talking about sales. We're talking about following up. But this is a great example, I think. My health coaching for 4 years, it cost each person $250 plus shipping. So it was about about $300 a month to be part of my program. Okay. That I sell now for $44 a month. Okay. Before, for 4 years, in order to be part of Mega Health, you had to purchase 2 boxes of ketones and a box of Mitoplex. How much money is that? That's $200 plus the Mitoplex. So it was like 250 plus the taxes and the shipping. So almost $300. And if you were in Canada, it costs even more, right? That was the requirement in order to be a part of my coaching, get my meal plans, all that stuff, right? For 4 years. And for 4 years, I had no problem selling that. None. None. I had, I think, 800 customers. Okay. 800 customers. So when someone came to me and said, Megan, okay, I'm ready. I'm doing it. And I said, okay, all you need to do is order your 2 boxes and your 1 box of Mitoplex. And they would say, oh, that's a lot of money. I would get the money objection. Now let's talk about the psychology of it, okay? Because the psychology of it on my end is I have 800 people who pay that every month for 4 years. So if it's too expensive for you, I respect that you can't afford this right now. What I will not do is try to convince you on why you need to invest. Why? Because I have people who invested eagerly every single month because they know the value of it, right? So I'm not going to try to convince you, nor will I devalue what I do and tell myself, well, maybe it's too much money because this person can't afford it. Because at the end of the day, people afford what they want, right? We all have money for the things we want. Don't play. We all do. We all do. So here, listen, I built a business for 4 years expecting people to invest over $250 a month for me to coach them. And now at this point, this year for my 10-year anniversary, I removed all that and it's $44 a month. Do you know that I still have people who reach out to me and go, "Oh, I don't have the money right now." And I'm like, okay, I respect people's decision. Okay, you don't have $44 for coaching. That's totally cool to me. In my brain, what I'm thinking is, you don't know how lucky you are because I used to charge people almost $300 a month for this. And you're getting it for $44 and you don't have the money to invest. That tells me you just really don't want the help. You really don't want it. You say you want to lose weight, but you're not ready yet. And that's cool. I'm cool with that because I respect your decision. So instead of making people feel bad and saying to people, you don't have $44, why don't you just stop going to Wawa and buying coffee? Why don't you just stop ordering out your lunch so you can afford it? Why don't you just not buy your kids those Jordans? And invest in yourself. Aren't these things we were taught to say to people? Well, why don't you stop going to Starbucks every day and then you'll have the money to do this. Well, why don't you stop doing this so you can do this? I'm not convincing people of anything. I respect people's decision. If you tell me no, I'm going to say, I understand. I absolutely understand. If at any time in the future you change your mind, I hope you think of me first. And because I don't make people feel bad about their decision to say no, I leave them feeling better than when they met me or interacted with me. And when they are ready in the future, they think of me to work with because of how I made them feel. That is how you follow up with people. That is how you interact with people. That is how you connect with people. Because at the end of the day, in entrepreneurship, most people are not ready to say yes today. They're not. It takes more than one interaction for someone to decide that they want to do it. How long did Miss Peggy watch us do Power Hour together before she said, "Hey Meg, I think I want to do it"? It takes people a little bit of time, but what we do as entrepreneurs is that we get caught up in our own stuff And when people tell us no, we think there's something wrong with us. We think there's something wrong with our product. We think, oh, well, maybe I'm charging too much money. Like we start to second guess ourselves because we're only thinking about ourselves. And you can't lead from a place of love when you are thinking of you. Building your business on social media requires us to be of service to others. And how do you protect your own heart space from feeling disappointed, from feeling less than, from feeling compromised, from feeling like, oh, there's something wrong with me, there's something wrong with my program, I need to price it different. How do you protect yourself from that? You hold space to love people where they are, but it starts with you. You internalizing other people's decisions that they make for themselves as something wrong with you is your lack of loving yourself first. That might be extreme because maybe that's not true for everybody. But I feel like it brought the point home. You know what I mean? Like it brought the point home. Okay. So leading with love in your follow up is really important because when you go out there to interact with people, connect with people, are you coming from a place of abundance and empathy and service? And like, oh, I'm going to help people today. I'm going to connect with people today. Or are you coming from a place of how many people can I get today? How many people can I get today? How many sales can I get today? How many people can I get today? How many sales can I get today? How many people can I get to join my team today? If that's your energy going out, people feel that ick because now you're the car salesman who's trying to convince people to do something with you, right? Instead of how can I be of service? I'm going to love you where you are. If you're not ready, I'm going to respect your decision and I'm going to hold space for you and understanding for you and I'm going to offer a solution to your problem and if you choose to take it great and if you choose not to, I'm okay with that too. Absolutely okay with that. Okay? So where you're coming from, the space where you're coming from in your follow-up is important. And for the people here who have a lot of fear around follow-up, I need you to turn that fear into empathy. I really need you to know that what you're doing is helping people. I really need you to believe in your business and that you can actually help people so that you can fill your heart with joy. It's Valentine's Day, so I'm stuck on the love joy thing, okay? Just whatever. It is what it is, all right? Because in these conversations you don't hear people talk about love and joy and empathy. That's not a business conversation, right? Okay, but hey, it's me and y'all get me, so thank you for letting me like do it my own way. Okay, but if you are holding fear when you're reaching out to people and saying, hey, will you try this with me for 30 days, if you're coming from a place of ew, like that's because you're thinking about yourself in the moment. You're thinking about, will I be able to close the sale? What do they think about me? Am I being weird right now? You're literally thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the other person and how you can help them. Okay? So that is all I have for us today. Um, I actually wanted to go through some tactical stuff today, and I like here, let me give you some tactical things today to do for your business um, to help you with follow up. Number one, go into your stories and wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. Everybody today has their kids, oh, love of my life, their dogs, love of my life, their spouses, love of my life, their boyfriends, girlfriends, all the oh, love of my life. Oh my God, y'all are so cute. Happy Valentine's Day. Your dog is adorable. Happy Valentine's Day. Like just get your name in people's notifications today. Today is not a closed sales day. Today is a warm-up day for Friday. Friday is payday. So the more people you can in the stories today, happy Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, sending people in the DMs these little cute heart things, happy Valentine's Day, little cute. So first thing, stories, wishing people happy Valentine's Day. The second thing in the messenger, a happy Valentine's Day GIF or a meme or just that whatever, a heart, I don't know, whatever they have in there. Go through your inbox all of your leads and your current customers, send them a little happy Valentine's Day. Some people have little flyers made up that says happy Valentine's Day. Okay, whatever you do. I don't know. If you don't think that Valentine's Day can help you build your business, I'm telling you it absolutely can. Because the more times you can get your name in people's notifications today sets you up in the algorithm for Friday on payday. Okay. So your stories, you're going to do Happy Valentine's Day. In your DMs, you're going to do Happy Valentine's Day. You're going to go through your leads list and connect with those people. Happy Valentine's Day. If they are your existing customers, sending gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for trusting me and working with me. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. It's a gratitude message with the Valentine's attached to it. Your customers and your leads. Working your timeline for all the Valentine's posts and commenting with a heart thing or happy Valentine's Day or and I love you, or whatever, right? That your timeline. Those are three tasks that you can do today that will help you boost your algorithm, help get your name in people's notifications, and help set you up for Friday for payday. Okay, so it's 10:29. Does anybody have any questions or want to unmute? Celebrate. Oh, my phone is gonna die. Shh. Um, we're hoping to find that commission update. Oh, I went left. um, oh, why am I still recording? Oh, Colleen, why didn't you unmute, girl? Just unmute. Just unmute. Just unmute.